So this is the interface for making something three-dimensional. Okay. So a few things. Over here is the view cube, and you can use this cube to change how you're looking at your thing. So for example, don't do this, just chill for a moment. I'm just gonna like make something so you know you can kind of see what's going on there. If you wanted to change your view, this view cube would do that. So like if I want to look at the front of the object, I can click on this and now I'm looking dead on the front. If I want to look at the side of the object, I can click like on these edges or use these arrows or whatever to navigate it. One thing I find really nice is you can click on the corner of a cube and it puts it at an angle, which is usually nice if you're trying to see a bunch of things and get a view for it. You can also click on a side, especially if you're going to like draw on this. It's nice to look at it dead on so it's not distorted. If you want to rotate it, you can use these arrows to rotate it manually, okay? There's advantages to doing that. If you have a mouse, you can hold down the right-click mouse button, and then you can free rotate, free like the antelope, okay? And do whatever you want. And if you get lost in space, or I don't know, whatever, it's not a big deal. I just, go to your cube and just click on a corner of it and it'll take you back to, a decent view or whatever. You probably have already figured this out, but you can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. Okay. And then there's something called panning. If you push in the left mouse button, I lied. If you push in the mouse wheel and hold the mouse wheel, you can pan like this. Okay. Do you have any questions so far? So when you're doing stuff, that's going to be, the way that you'll change your view. It should be fairly intuitive. I mean, it's similar to other things that I use a mouse to rotate your view. We're going to make a puppy today. So the point is to show you a variety of different techniques in making this puppy, and then you'll have like a ballpark-ish idea of how you might make whatever it is you have to make. All right. You're not going to become a pro making one puppy dog, but it'll give you an idea of what options we have available. So as a general rule, when you are going to make something, it's a two-step process. You have to make a two-dimensional sketch, and the sketch is used to make a three-dimensional feature. Okay. So by default, you can think of like in math class, right? You have an X, Y, and Z axis. So they've made these three planes, the XY plane, the YZ plane, and the XZ plane. And they call them front, right, and top. So those already exist. We're going to make a sketch. You click on sketch here, okay? And most of the time, you just start on the front plane. I mean, you don't have to. You can start wherever you want, but we'll just start on the front plane. Sound good? Yeah. So I clicked on the front plane, and I'm going to sketch on this plane. Now, since I'm sketching on the front plane, I would encourage you to actually click on the front side of the cube so you're looking dead on it. That way nothing's like distorted or anything like that, okay? And you'll notice that the other two planes, you can kind of see the projection of them, right? If you look at a plane sideways, it's just a line. And they do actually have a dot, that's the orange. Sound good? Yeah. Now, we're going to start with basic things for right now. So let's say I want to draw like the body of a dog, okay? So I'm going to go here to my rectangle. I have this rectangle tool right here. And you can just click and you can draw a rectangle. Okay, very easy. If you don't like your rectangle, you can delete it. So like, let's say I don't like this rectangle, right? Notice that the tool is still blue, so I'm still in the rectangle drawing mode. So if I try to click on this rectangle, it's going to end up drawing another rectangle. Escape helps you get out of whatever tool you're actively trying to use, okay? So if you're ever trying to select stuff, you might have to hit escape just to get out of the tool that you were last using. And you can click on stuff and delete it. I don't like this rectangle. I'm going to click on each edge and delete it. That's annoying or tedious because I had to click on 4 different things. Okay, so if I draw a rectangle and I want to delete the whole thing, you can click and drag to select multiple things. And now I with one hit a delete button, there the whole thing's gone. Technically, there is a nuance here Clicking and dragging from left to right, notice how it's blue. Clicking and dragging to the left, notice how it's orange. If you're wondering what the difference is, watch this orange. It selected everything, whereas when I do the blue, it didn't. Hold on, I already had the stuff selected. So notice how it only selected these three sides. When I did that click, I did not completely encompass the shape. So the orange, it only selects like the things that you touch. Whereas like the blue, notice how when I do this blue select, Lord have mercy. When I do this blue, I need to get another mouse. If I do this blue select, I'm not encompassing those edges entirely on the top and bottom. You'll notice it only selected the left edge. So the blue only selects things that completely encompasses. The orange will actually select anything it touches. So if you want to min-max that, you can. So we're going to draw a rectangle. If you need to edit your rectangle, you can click on an edge and you can move it, or a corner and you can move it. So you can move things that you've drawn. Or if you don't like where it is, you can move it around. If you really don't like it, you can just delete it and do it again. All right. So let's get a rectangle drawn. Now, one thing that you're going to find in general is if I just do a rectangle like this, is that rectangle centered about the origin? No. Does that matter? I mean, it works, it's a rectangle, right? But it helps if you have some organization to what you're doing. So it might help, for example, if when you draw your rectangle, you put the corner at the origin. And then you know, like in the future, if you ever use the origin or a plane again, it's aligned with the side and the bottom of your dog's body. You also can, there's a rectangle right here. There's a drop-down arrow. And it gives you access to similar tools. So there's 3 different ways to draw a rectangle. One of them is a center point rectangle. So a corner rectangle, you do corner to corner. Appreciate it, my dude. Center point rectangle, so I click this drop down arrow, I click this drop down arrow and I choose center point. Your first click is actually the center. So like I could place the center of my rectangle on the origin. And then, it's now centered about the origin. Why does this matter? Well, symmetry helps you. If you look at a dog, is a dog symmetrical?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Being quiet when everyone doubts themselves.
Is a dog symmetrical?
Yes.
My dog will funky looking.
Okay, imagine that
Oh, my
this is
dog
my
is.
dog.
My dog's fine.
Okay, it lost all of its legs and arms in the war, so it's got wheels now. Okay, is this symmetrical?
What is symmetrical? Here's each other.
Oh boy.
Same on both sides.
And this is
Okay,
why we
then no.
require students to take fine art credit. You ever wondered, what are they take a flipping art class with? This is
Well, I took my arts online, so.
But we all know that online is not the path to victory. So if you look at this, it is clearly not the same over here as it is over here. But if you look at it this way, the left and right are symmetrical, right? So you can use that to your advantage. And that if you center your stuff on like the origin or an existing XYZ plane, it can potentially save you a lot of time and hassle in the future. So you do you, we're just making a dog for funsies, but good habit would be center this on the origin or put the corner on the origin for future use, okay? So you do you, but that's what I'm going to do.
Do the thing. So I understand you like click on the little dot on the origin, and you slide that out. How do you get it to like center the first, like,
This one, how would you center this one? When you do the corner rectangle,
no, just how do you center one in general?
you click on
Oh,
the
the
center
drop-
point
okay.
rectangle.
And then click
Yeah.
on the middle and then go. Got
And this is a general thing. You'll notice most of these tools have a drop down arrow.
it. Okay, that's.
So center point rectangle, the first click is placing the center. You'll notice in this software by default, blue is things not selected and orange is things that are selected. So like when I hover over the orange, you'll notice it glows orange. And then there, I drew my rectangle. Okay, are we good? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Now let's say you wanted to dimension this. Like I want to make my dog a certain size. There's this dimension tool right here. Okay, so you can click on that and you can dimension things. So I click on the dimension tool, and if I say I want to dimension the width of the dog, I just click, and then I click again to actually place it. So to be very clear, the first click is determining what you're dimensioning, and then the second click is just placing like visually where you're going to see this number. It's for your own benefit. You can move it wherever you want. And I have it defaulted to millimeters because that printer is going to expect millimeters. It does not really matter what you do. So if you're in inches, just leave it inches. Make your dog however wide you want. Okay, I really don't care. Make it look good. So I picked 50. It seemed like a good number at the time. All right, and then you can dimension the height. Maybe I'll make the dog, 60 tall. I don't know. Seemed like a good
So
number.
maybe someone else should take Claire's job. She's struggling.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, click that one.
Uh-huh.
Click on the line. No,
No.
no, come here.
No.
No.
Do we really need two people designing it?
I want them.
I'll help you.
This, and you just.
She's gonna
That's what I
provide,
did.
gonna
No,
provide
leave that.
spiritual help. I see Jacqueline's already like, I'm done.
And then
GG, welcome.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty much.
I'm giving.
Then are we supposed to do the other side?
You can. Yeah. Now you'll notice everything's black now. So when things are black, that means that they are constrained, like they're not free to be moved because you have forced them to be in that configuration. So like when I applied this first dimension, two of the sides are black now. I can't move them because I've already specified how far apart they are. Okay. But the top and bottom are still blue. And then when I dimension this side, now I've locked the top and bottom in. Now they're black. So black means it's fully constrained. All right. If you ever have things selected and you're trying to like get out of them selected, you can always right click and choose clear selection. So like if I have these things selected and I don't want them selected, I'm trying to like click off, it's not working. Okay. You can always right click and there's choose this option, clear selection. All right. And it'll unselect everything. I mentioned that when you do this, you're always going to have two steps. You do the two-dimensional sketch, and then you use the sketch to create a feature, a three-dimensional feature. So we're done with this sketch. So I'm going to click the green check mark right here. Let's say that I don't like my sketch, or I need to change it or add to it. It's over here. This menu over here contains all the things that you've made. So if I want to go back into that sketch, I can double-click on it, and there it is. And I could edit it, okay? So don't be a bozo like my Dingleberry freshman in engineering, okay? Who they'll make like, oh, I didn't like this sketch. And so they go and they make another one. And then they don't like that one. So then they go and make another one. So they have like 14 sketches and they don't remember which ones which. Don't do that, okay? Edit the existing sketch, right? Don't have 15 of them.
Can you shrink your rectangle once you add dimensions to it?
Yeah, you change
It's
the
really
dimensions.
funny to watch doing that.
You change the dimensions. So I don't like the number 50 because it looked at me funny. So I click on it, double click on it, and I make a different number, like 69. That's a baller number. Okay. I don't really like this number. Okay. Double click on it. 420. That's a baller number. Okay. So maybe that dog is a little slim thick there. Let's maybe not go.
It's not a dog.
You're right. It's a puppy actually.
It's neither.
Can you show?
Excuse me. My dog is beautiful.
Excuse you. That's not a dog.
How do we change the dimensions again?
You
Like
double click on it,
I can.
on the line?
on the number.
No, like how? Like not to change dimensions. How do we add dimensions? 'Cause-
This tool.
Okay,
I did something.
Oh no.
I got it.
Oh, it's actually right.
By the way, the undo thing is right here. Not that you would ever make a mistake. Hypothetically speaking, of course. All right.
I get
Yes.
Why does it keep? I don't think computer right. It says sketch cannot be solved in it.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a hint.
There's a tool thing.
This cannot be both 50 and 40, right?
This weird.
So, like, if you tried to dimension this line twice,
Click on
The
the.
actual like.
So how did I?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you tried to dimension it twice. So, if you want me to look at your thing and help you, you bring your Chromebook to me because there's one of me and a lot of you, and I will help you.
Okay.
I just need to
But-
change my
But
mind.
if it's red, what that typically means is you're applying too many constraints to it. You cannot have, a rectangle be both 50 wide and 60 wide or something like
Okay,
that.
so it's red anymore.
Well, you have a dimension here of 1.59. And you have a dimension here of 2. And then you have a dimension here of 2. Again.
Okay.
So you try to dimension this. Oh boy. So you try to tell it that it should have a width of 2 4 times. I think I got the memo the first time. But if you try to dimension it a different number, because you told it to be 2, so now you try to tell it to be 5, it's going to poop on you because it cannot be both 2 and 5 at the same time.
People act like.
I'm assuming that's what happened.
Oh,
So you notice how these are light gray?
Yeah.
It's because they're coarse. You can't change those because you already
to
said
my
it.
lunchbox since you were hungry tonight.
Better.
What meat stick is it?
Do I
A turkey like that?
I mean, the smart thing
You're
would
gonna like
be to
it.
delete these extras.
It's kind of
And
dry.
just leave the one black one.
Where's it
You
from?
good?
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't
know.
beef jerky question.
All right, so I have my sketch done. Yay!
Let's do dog treats.
Is that a slim fit?
Not like
Oh, okay.
What is that?
Wait, I want it.
Like a turkey, like
Is it a slimmerton?
No, it's kind of like one.
It's called chomps, and it looks like
It's
an
antibiotic.
Chomps? That sounds like a street name for something bad.
Steak without the egg.
Bro, I was doing some chomps last night, let me tell you, bro.
It's weird.
I don't remember nothing.
No, it opens a different way.
Oh, probably because
Feel it.
Slim Jin's probably patented.
I love some.
This is clearly the inferior product. I'm just saying. Off-brand.
Neither of them are easy to open.
Well, you're actually not wrong with that. All right. So how do you make this a feature? So when you're not in Sketch, the toolbars up here change. And you'll notice that these things look three-dimensional. And the most common feature is called extrude. This is actually a manufacturing or industrial term. So all this nonsense over here is called extrusion. It doesn't look
Take the bite.
like it's extrusion, but it is. If you look at it like this has a profile, okay? And then it gets extruded through a machine to be whatever length they want this piece of metal to be. And so it's actually called extrusion. You guys know what an I-beam is, yes? Yeah? Okay, that is extrusion. You make the I shape, and then you use a machine, you force your metal through it or forge it, and it just, you make it as long as you want. So the most basic feature you will do in CAD software is an extrusion. That is the first feature because it's the most common. So it's right there. So you'll click on it. It's called extrude. And you have to, generally speaking, you have to tell the computer what shape or profile do I want to extrude. Notice how this is blue right here. It says faces and sketch regions to extrude. It's expecting you to go and select things to extrude. And we would, of course, select this square that we drew, or rectangle. This is not the best view to really see the beauty and glory of what you're doing, so I would click on like the corner of the view cube, and now I can actually like see what's going on here, right? And that does not look like what I want. So the second thing is you usually have to give it some parameter, right? In the case of extrusion, you have to tell it how far to extrude. So here, the depth, you can set the number. Maybe I want to go to 150. Okay, oh, that looks a little bit better, okay? So you can set whatever number you want there. There's a few things you can do. You can click this black arrow and change the direction and it gets extruded.
Oh no.
You can also click symmetric. And if you click on symmetric, it'll extrude it equally forward and backward. I don't really see a reason to do that. I'm just going to extrude that way, okay, towards the back. But you do you, all right? Just give it a nice size, whatever size,
How
you
do I
know.
go and look at it?
Huh? What?
Click on
Use
this
the little
corner.
turn cube.
You have cookies?
That looks like a good cookie.
Where are cookies from?
I bought them. They were supposed to be for the teachers on Friday, and then they told us not to come to work. So then I just gave them to students.
Can I have one?
We shouldn't have said the giving the students part.
Well,
Wait,
they were mine.
are there nut cookies in there or not? Are they just?
Well, the
regular
red
cookies?
velvet ones had white chocolate, but like someone thought they were nuts. Like, oh, I can't eat that. And I'm like, okay, buds, that's your loss.
It's white chocolate.
It's okay. I wasn't going to argue with them about it. You know, I don't
They
want some.
look good.
I don't want some kid going to the office and say, "Temple to try to kill me by giving me a red velvet cookie with nuts in it," when it's like, bro, it's white chocolate.
Is it a freshman?
Yeah, it was.
Alright, I extruded mine, or however you say that.
You click on the green check mark, and that finishes the extrusion.
Boom.
It's
Wow.
over here. If you did not extrude it the correct distance, you can double click on this, and you can change, amongst other things, how far you
This is a
extrude it.
little fat
These are
dog.
good.
Okay. Are we good? Yeah.
My mom got them somewhere online.
Now, smart things here. When you program or you make stuff in CAD, okay, shockingly, the universe does not revolve around you. And so it is very important that you establish good habits and not be a bozo. So right now, it's pretty obvious that sketch 1 and extrude 1 are, well, you know, that. But imagine I had 15 different features, right? And then your friend comes in wanting to edit the thing that you made and understand it, right? And all they see is sketch 1, sketch 2, sketch 3. And it's like, that's a recipe for disaster. So every time you make something, you should go over here, right click on it and rename it. So this was the body of the dog. So I'm going to call this body. And then I'm going to rename extrude 1. I'm going to rename it body. That way, when I have 18,000 things, it's very obvious what that was. So when I need to go edit the body later on, I know exactly what to click on. We good? Yeah.
Just have a very low ranking.
Are you guys thinking about how you're gonna make a strand of wheat?
Now, we're going to make
Oh yeah.
We're gonna make a head for the dog. Okay. So
A baby rectangle. This is just a rectangle.
we're gonna make a neck first. So I'm gonna click on sketch. Okay. I'm gonna click on sketch. And I'm gonna sketch. You can click on a surface that you've made. So I'm gonna sketch on the front of the dog's body.
Where is the front?
Yeah, where's the front?
Wherever
Okay,
you
guys,
choose.
look at the front of it.
Front.
Well, no.
Oh, guys, no, I'm talking to that.
Stop. That's
all
the
the
button.
You're falling fine.
Lord have mercy.
I don't know.
Okay.
If
Look at the shape of my dog.
every single
That's your
day.
feet. What is wrong with your dog?
Hazabom is gonna come back.
I
He's
didn't.
like, how did
didn't
yesterday
try
go?
this
Like,
idea.
well, we don't want to say any names, but a certain someone couldn't even find the front of the dog they made.
Sideways. She extruded it the wrong way or something.
You can't extrude the. There's only two ways. It either goes that way or the other way. You can't go sideways.
Then maybe it's just the dimensions.
Look at
I
my
need to
dog,
fix.
you guys. That's a long dog.
That dog.
So anyway, what I'm sensing here is a classic example of skill
It's
issue.
not a dog.
Yep.
You know.
All right. So what I'm going to do
Wait,
is.
whoa,
What?
I need to change this before.
Yeah, then change it.
I don't know how. If there's the dimension thing.
The dog is going this way instead of this way.
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
Then bring your Chromebook here. And the rules haven't changed.
Don't knock that over.
I'm fine.
Oh my
Look
lord.
at it.
Dog's got a cancerous growth or something. This dog's gonna be an actual walking meeting.
Anorexic right now.
What is the issue here?
This needs to be back.
This needs to be shorter. Like the front and the back should be
Girl,
that.
you go here.
That's where I was going.
Hold on. You go to body. You don't like these numbers and change them.
How did you get to them? Okay.
Girl, what oh no. Okay, so you did the same thing. Girl, you can't tell it to be two.
I did it.
Can I get the lizard?
You can always take them out. You
Claire.
dimension these twice. So delete the gray ones.
I didn't do it
Twice.
You definitely did. What did she do?
How do I
Did she go to your computer and
No, this is mine.
It's
Looks
fantastic.
It just looks like a loaf of bread. Claire's gonna drop it. Don't let her touch it.
Lord have mercy.
Lamp on the
Now
table.
click the green check mark. If you want to change those numbers, you can click on them. And change them.
Okay, so I need this to be shorter, so. So maybe I don't.
You guys,
This one.
I forgot he had one.
Okay, click the green check mark.
No, no, no.
Oh, better?
Ah, here we go. We're getting.
Oh, we're getting somewhere.
Okay, we'll make this.
Oh my
one.
god. Come table. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
And we'll make this one. Shoot.
Wow,
There we go, guys.
We're really decisive, aren't we? Click the green check mark.
Look, because now it looks like a dog more.
Oh, you want that to be
You
beside the dog.
Jacqueline.
Yes, like head, tail, feet.
Like a little roner.
Oh, that's a fat one.
Girl.
I haven't held you since
Change how much you
years.
secured it.
Same.
Change it to a different number.
I like what?
Like
I don't know. Whatever number you want.
a real pretty
Is
number.
it better?
It just
Okay. Are we good?
Yeah.
Are you happy with your dog?
Yes, it looks good enough.
Okay.
All
All right. Lord have
Oh
mercy.
my god, why is he so heavy?
What is class name?
I want it. It makes me.
All right. Put a sketch on the end of your dog's body. Okay. Put a sketch.
It lets me already.
And instead of a rectangle, we're going to draw a circle.
How does it go?
We have the one
How does yours like zoom in?
Yeah, it doesn't. I did. I clicked on front after I made the sketch, so it's square.
How the
Oh.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're good?
Yep, we're good.
Okay.
Well,
So I'm looking at, if I draw it like this, it's going to be distorted, right? So I'm looking at the front. I made a sketch on the front of the dog's body.
no, I don't want again.
And I'm setting a trend here.
That's why Jacqueline's not doing the 3D model.
And
I can help you guys maybe.
make a circle. So it's the second tool right here, or third technically. Center point circle. So you can place the center circle wherever you want, make the circle however big you want. But I'm thinking I want to make a neck to the dog.
Oh my god.
Okay? So I'm going to place a circle about here.
Face of body. Is that what we're naming it? Are we doing over-defined? Okay.
Honey, we're past that.
I just messed up that circle.
I
so
made a
bad.
circle. I don't have you have a circle as
I
an
made a really
option.
big circle.
Oh boy.
A Templeton.
Oh shoot,
What's
that
its
is a
name
huge
again?
circle. I've seen it.
What? I don't have. Why is it red? Why is it
Can
showing
somebody
up
show me how
red?
to make a circle again?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why is
Wait, it's working now. It's working now.
I did click the circle, and now it looks like that. Looks like a major pancake.
I'm going to keep eating my cookie. Because.
What kind of cookie is that?
Good
Brown.
butter.
His.
It's probably
I
peanut
don't-
butter.
I just
I
said
don't
good
think so.
butter.
I think it's just like a generic cookie.
Probably
Maybe
just
sugar.
sugar.
Maybe just a sugar cookie.
What other
Oh, you can
cookies are
right click the extrude.
No, I ate them all.
Jacqueline's not gonna give up.
How do you extrude a circle? I don't know how.
With the extrude
Isn't
button.
it going to become a?
Why is it so big,
Cylinder?
Lexi?
Is it going to become a cylinder? Or is it going
Yeah.
to become a?
It'll
I
be
didn't
a
need to do
cylinder.
that. I thought
Okay,
it escaped it.
Do I have to extrude this crap too?
Well, so because you started it
Lexi, why
on
is
the
it so big?
center of the origin, it's
Oh.
so you have to either delete
How do we
it,
save
redraw,
these?
or
It auto
Oh,
saves.
well, it went away. Mine just-
center.
My everything just went away. How do we save?
It auto
I'm gonna show you some stuff tomorrow. So, ladies, what